So here's the app that I created last night. In this video, we're gonna take your vibe-coded app and turn it into something where people are gonna look at it and be like, dang, are you a designer? How did you do that? And I'm gonna walk you through this from beginner to intermediate to expert level through my own process of launching an app this year that ended up generating 38,000 views just on Lovable, completely vibe-coded. So this video isn't going to be for those of you who have never vibe coded before. It's not an intro series. It's a little bit more of the advanced tips and tricks that I use for good design. Without further ado, let's get right into it. If you're new to the channel and we haven't met before, hi, my name is Pear, like the fruit pear. I'm a machine learning platform engineer at Coinbase. I also teach vibe coding classes at UC Berkeley. And finally, I'm the founder of AI Scouts, which is a free program, we got it right here, where we teach people how to launch vibe-coded apps, kind of like these ones. So if you're interested, a link in that is actually going to be in the description as well, free to apply, and we actually give out $2,000 worth of prizes in every cohort. First of all, I want to just shortly talk about what to avoid. So this is a vibe-coded site that you're typically going to see, but what makes it look vibe-coded? And I would say it's a couple of things. One are these lucid React type components. This sparkle in specific you see so many times and it's kind of a dead giveaway. But in general, all of these icons are ones that are, these vibe coding apps just love to use them for some reason. So I would avoid using those. Swap them out for images, maybe even emojis, but overuse of emojis can be bad. And then the second thing is this purple gradient. Like I love purple. AI Scouts is actually purple. But so many of these AI vibe coded apps are purple nowadays that I would maybe try to just avoid that color entirely. And then thirdly is the use of gradients. Purple plus gradients, plus, like this right here, this little bit of app is a dead giveaway that it's AI. So if you do nothing else, kind of get rid of these components and it'll make it look at least a little bit better. But now let's jump into the intermediate level. Now for my actual design process, it's a couple of things. One is I like to start here is this site called 21st.dev that has a lot of cool animations that you can actually copy paste directly into your site. The thing is with this though, so many people have discovered this website. So a lot of the websites I'm actually seeing use these same animations, which is kind of a giveaway as well. But particularly for smaller things like button designs and headers, it's not too bad. But like this robot, avoid this robot. Everybody's using this robot. Another site I like to use is Framer, and this one you can't really copy paste the code into your vibe coded site, but you can just draw inspiration. I like to see things that maybe inspire me a little bit and maybe take screenshots of them and paste it into my app. From there, what I like to do is come onto Lovable or whatever vibe coded site you have. I'll actually typically use a couple. I'll use like Lovable, Bolt, Emergent, and I'll take the same prompt, maybe vary just slightly, and paste it onto all these different sites. And what that's going to do is going to give me like different variations of what the AI thinks the site might want to look like. And the only reason I do this is because AI is like an underrated design partner. You can get a lot of inspiration seeing what it generates the first time. So I don't end up actually using these projects. I just use it as dummy projects to generate the site in one prompt, see what it looks like, and then take screenshots of any pieces that I particularly like. And my final step is pulling up Excalidraw or any tool you want. But I come on here and I frame out what I want my app to look like page by page, step by step, and putting in the text here. This process takes me like 80% of the time coming up with everything here. But as you can see, like if I liked what some of the components of the previous sites were generating, I'll paste it into here. And then other parts, I might put in the words myself, right? And that's what's like really gonna matter when you're writing these sites. The design actually doesn't matter too much at the end of the day. It's the content that you're putting on there. So like this video is about design, but please don't skip that part. Your words, your messaging is gonna mean a lot more than what it looks like. Now, let's get into how you make it like look really nice. Okay, so now we're on the AI Scouts version 2 site, which still doesn't look great to be honest, but it looks a little bit better than most vibe coded sites. And I think what does this is the background, because you can get away with a lot of like bad design techniques when you have a really nice looking background. And I like to set it as a static background so that as you scroll through the site, you have the same background all the way through. And I think this tends to have like a really cool effect. The way that I did this, I came onto Midjourney and I just started prompting it about whatever I wanted to look like, kept iterating. It actually took me a lot of tries to get like exactly what I wanted, but eventually I got one that I liked and set it as the background. You can do this with ChatGPT, you can do this with Gemini, but I think Midjourney's quality of photos that they create is still a little better in my taste. But you can go ahead and try out and see what you like for yourself. Okay, and then this is the third version of the site that I came onto minus the animations. So how I got here is one, I recommend going and looking at most popular UI designs. What's happening right now is a lot of apps are following the same like very simplistic modern looking design, and it ends up looking dull and all the same. But there's a lot of different like names of designs that you probably don't know, but if you prompt your AI to build it like that, it will. So for example, neo-brutalism is the one that I ended up creating, but there's other ones. There's so many like cool ones that you don't see as much, like Bajas. This is more like uh, shapes and stuff coming out. Neomorphism. It has some cool fading effects into there, but you can come through these and see what you like and prompt your AI to follow that type of style. So when you look at this site, I think it's a couple of things that set it apart from a typical vibe coded website. One is the background makes it look kind of different, especially when you add that animation. Two is this little guy I have right here. That's not something you typically see on a vibe coded site. And then three, this one's minor, but I think just like the simple black border around these white boxes, I don't even like them that much. But this is the new brutalism design that I picked, and it's different. It's different than the existing apps out there, so I recommend it. Even if it's like not your favorite as much as the modern ones, I think picking something just different helps a little bit. So how do you do this? One, for this guy that I created right here, I just went onto ChatGPT, put our logo on here, and I was playing around with it. I wasn't even initially planning on putting this on the site. I just wanted to have some fun. Asked it to generate a Funko Pop character, and then kept playing with the prompts a little bit, and got the idea to have him hold an iPad and then play a video onto there, right? And then once you've got this image, you can just paste it into Canva or whatever other AI app you have for photos and have it remove the background. And I just fed that directly into my vibe coding app, told it, hey, this is the photo, place the image right on top of it. It'll be a little bit harder if the screen is tilted to make it fit. If you want to get it simpler, make it something where the screen is just like horizontal in the right dimension set right away. But something along those lines. You don't have to create a character holding an iPad, right? Just come up with some fun little design matching your app that you can do that will make it stand out. And then secondly, for the animation of the background, it's super easy. You take this, you put it into Gemini, and then it generates a video for you. Like super, super easy. I didn't even know Gemini could do this till recently, but yeah, it's awesome. Okay, and then final tip, like once you've done this, the quality of the images that ChatGPT and Gemini create and the video is not that good. So you're gonna wanna use something to upscale it. The one I've been using is this tool called Upscale. You just put your video, you select the image from here. Let's grab some random one. Sure, let's grab these trees. You post it onto here. You hit upscale, and it just spends a little bit of time. All right, and there you see it. On the right hand side is the upscaled one. On the left hand side is the downscaled one. You can see the difference is quite drastic. And then I would take this one, throw it into your site. If it's the video, first generate your image, upscale your image, then put it into Gemini to have Gemini generate the video of the image. And then finally, once we have this video from Gemini that we generated, we're gonna take that one and put it into this other tool called Astra, which also helps upscale except for video this time around. Both of these tools unfortunately are paid, but if you are trying to go for that like little extra oomph on your website, you might need it. Now on the third version of the website, I left a little Easter egg component that I want to see if any of you guys can catch that looks super AI generated and you should always avoid. So if you caught it, put it down in the comments. Otherwise, thanks for listening to the video. Please subscribe below if you're interested. I'm going to be posting a lot more. Check out AI Scouts if this type of content is what you like and you want a community of people to gather around with and vibe code, launch apps, launch businesses. Otherwise, this month I'm going to be posting a lot more YouTube videos. So any comment that you guys post about a video that you want, I promise to make this month. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.